Hi, my name is Sriharsha. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about hypothesis testing and what is the importance of hypothesis testing and how we are defining null hypothesis and how we are defining alternative hypothesis and how we are going to compute p-value. So in this video, we are going to compute this hypothesis testing by taking one real-time example. So let's say I have two classes, that is class 1 and class 2. So I want to know the objective of this hypothesis testing is there any difference in heights of the students of class 1 and class 2. So this is the task which you are going to perform by using hypothesis testing. So let's say I have taken 50 students from class 1 and I have taken all the heights of the 50 students from class 1, h1, h2 and so on up to h50. So in class 2, in the similar way, I have followed the same thing, h1, h2 and so on up to h50. So now our task is to find is there any difference in heights of the students of class 1 and class 2. So in hypothesis testing, we have to follow three important steps. So first step is choosing the test statistic. This is the first step in hypothesis testing, and second one is define null hypothesis, which is denoted as H naught, and defining alternate hypothesis, which is denoted as H1. And third step is computing p-value. So these are the three important steps which we have to follow in order to perform this hypothesis testing. So let's go to step 1, how we are going to perform, how we are going to design and how we are going to choose the test statistic. So test statistic. So as we have two classes, heights of the students of classroom 1 and classroom 2. So these are the heights, guys, h1, h2, h3 and so on up to h15. I have collected the heights of 50 students of class 1 and h1, h2 and so on up to h50, and I have collected the heights of 50 students from class 2. So let's take a random variable x which is storing the values of mean height difference between the students of class 1 and class 2. So compute the mean of classroom height 1 and compute the mean of classroom 2. So let's say mu1, the mean height of classroom 1 is, let's say I got it as 162 centimeters and the mean 2 is, let's say, 167 centimeters. So x is the random variable which is storing the values between the mu2 minus mu1. So that is 167 minus 162, so that is 5 centimeters. So x is 5 centimeters. This is the test statistic of hypothesis testing. Guys, it is very easy, nothing fancy here. So just I have computed the mean difference between the heights of classroom 1 and classroom 2, and I got my result as 5 centimeters. So this is the test statistic of hypothesis testing. So now going to defining null hypothesis and how to define alternate hypothesis. So null hypothesis, step 2, how to define null hypothesis. This defining null hypothesis is one of the key areas of hypothesis testing. If your assumption of null hypothesis is false, then entire experiment is going to be wrong. So that's why you should be very careful while we are designing the null hypothesis. So now my null hypothesis is like no difference between the heights of classroom 1 and classroom 2. An alternate hypothesis is the inverse of null hypothesis. Like in null hypothesis, as there is no difference, in alternative hypothesis, as I told you, it is the inverse of null hypothesis. It is there is a difference. There is a difference between the heights of classroom 1 and classroom 2. So if you read it in English, it is very simple. So what is the probability of observing the value x greater than or equal to 5 centimeters if there is no difference between the class 1 between the heights of class 1 and class 2. So guys, if you read it in English, then it is very easy. We are trying to find what is the probability of observing the value of our test statistics x is greater than or equal to 5 centimeters if there is no difference between the classroom and class 2. So it is simply probability of x greater than or equal to 10 assuming our null hypothesis is true. This is what we are going to find. So again I am telling you, we are going to compute the probability of the observed difference of 5 centimeters assuming our null hypothesis is true. So let's say, so let me write it guys. So probability of x is greater than or equal to 5 centimeters assuming null hypothesis. This x is greater than or equal to 5 centimeters is nothing but our test statistic. This h naught is the defined null hypothesis. So let's say this is the p value. P value is nothing but probability value. So let's say my p value is very small. Let's say I got my p value with the test statistic along with the given null hypothesis is just 0.01%. So it implies h naught is less probable or h naught may not be true. Then we reject null hypothesis. So, and once we reject null hypothesis, we are going to accept the alternate hypothesis, that is H1, that is there is a difference between the heights of class 1 and class 2. So this p value is nothing but probability value of my test statistics, that is the observed difference of 5 centimeters between class 1 and class 2 assuming my null hypothesis is true is only 0.01%, which is only 1% out of 100%. So as my p value is very small, we are going to reject the null hypothesis and we are going to accept the alternate hypothesis. So here we are talking about p value, and if the p value is very small, we have to reject the null hypothesis, and if the p value is greater than 0.05%, we have to accept the null hypothesis. So how we are going to compute this p value, which is very important guys. So this p value, how we are going to compute it? So for this we have a method called resampling and permutation method. So with the help of resampling and permutation method, we are going to find the p value. So this is the mathematics behind the value of p in hypothesis testing. So let's say step 1 is, we have class 1 height of 50 student and we have class 2 heights of 50 students. So you club these values, you combine these values, and totally you will get 100 heights of classroom and class 2. So now to simulate our null hypothesis, let's simulate our null hypothesis. So if there is no difference between the heights of students of classroom 1 and classroom 2. So what we have taken, we have 100 students which we have combined from classroom 1 and classroom 2. So we have totally 100 students. So from this you randomly sample 50 students. So just you are randomly sampling 50 students. So let's assume it as S1 and S2. Guys, remember S1 have the students from class 1 and class 2 as we sampled this set randomly. In the same way, S2 have the S2 have the mixture of class 1 and class 1 students and class 2 students. So we have taken, just we have broken this randomly. Now compute the mean for S1 and compute the mean of S2. Let's get it as mu1 and mu2. So let's say you got mu2 minus mu1, find out the difference between the means, that is mu2 minus v1. Let's say you got the value of delta 1. Okay, so delta 1 is the difference of sample means. So what is this? We have simulated the null hypothesis. So this is the simulated difference in class heights with sample size 50 and assuming our H0 is true. H0 is nothing but null hypothesis is true. So now second step, again you randomly sample the points again. So you have 50, you have a random sample again of 50 observations of 50 class heads of class 1 and class 2, and this is also the mixture of heights of class 1 and class 2. So let's say S2 or S3 and find out the difference between the means of the S2 and S3. So let's consider it as the value which you got the difference between the means of S2 and S3 as delta 2. So you repeat this experiment for, let's say, for 100 times. So you will get 100 delta values. Okay, so now you have 100 delta values with you, where you have 100 delta values with you. This delta is nothing but the difference between the sample heights of class 1 and class 2 by simulating the null hypothesis. Now you have delta 1, delta 2, delta 3, delta 4 and so on up to delta 100. Okay, so you initially, what is your test statistic? X is equal to 5 centimeters, that is the difference between the means of class 1 and class 2 is 5 centimeters. Okay, and these are the values which you have got after randomly sampling the points between the class 1 and class 2 by combining them. So just sort the values from, so then you have delta 1 dash, delta 2 dash, delta 3 dash, delta 4 dash, delta 5 dash and so on up to delta 100 dash. Okay, so now what is your observed difference when we have performed an experiment between the means of class 1 and class 2? You got your test statistic as 5 centimeters. Let's say you got this 5 centimeters here, your 5 centimeters value is lying here. Okay, so out of 100, let's say the place of this test statistic 5 centimeters is at 90th place. So you have, and only 10 values were present more than your test statistic, that is 5 centimeters, and 90 values are less than your test statistic. So that is probability of x greater than or equal to 10 centimeters, assuming our null hypothesis is true, is, let's say, what is this, 10 by 100. So only 10 values are greater than your test statistic 5 centimeters and 90 values are less than your test statistic difference. So 10 by, out of, we have 100 observations totally, you have 100 means of class 1 and class 2 and only 10 values are greater than 5 centimeters. So that is how much? 10 by 100, 0.001%. Yes, right? So only this is the way we are going to find the p value by using permutation and resampling